post-winter meetings, what is next, or what should be next on the Nationals docket? We're talking about Jordan Zimmerman, Ian Desmond, maybe Tyler Clippard, a lot of players, up in the air.
Yeah, it's a pretty multi-layered sort of plan they have going on right now,
Yeah.
or sort of course that they're on. I mean, I think the best way to say it is like this. You kind of have to answer the question broadly because there's so many things that are dependent on other moves that could happen. So I would say this. I think you could see the Nationals work their tails off all winter. They could talk to a million teams. They already talked to like 18 or 20 teams at the meetings about possible deals with guys like Zimmerman, Desmond, Clippard, Pfister, guys who are going into their walk year before free agency.
Yep.
They could do all that, and then nothing could come to fruition, and they'd still be pretty happy. I mean, I think they view rolling out their team that they had last year as a viable option. If they make a deal, if they do trade Jordan Zimmerman or they do trade Ian Desmond, it's going to be on their terms. They're only going to do a deal that is like sort of a home run, kind of like the Pfister trade last year. They're going to make sure that they get exactly what they want. And so the hole they need to fill, obviously, they need another infielder, preferably second baseman. They could get a third baseman too and move Rendon back to second. The third baseman on the free agent market is really dim. The one second baseman that's out there is Stephen Drew, who Mike Rizzo drafted back when he was a Diamondback scouting director years ago, and he's a Scott Boras client, so the Nationals obviously have a comfortable relationship with him. That's one guy that could happen, but I think if they do trade Jordan Zimmerman, that's how they're going to get their a very young, controllable, sort of coming, potentially elite infielder to put in that infield. But again, it's all sort of, relies on what other moves that happen.
Very fluid, right? Mm-hmm. Rick, should the Nats' priority be extending Jordan Zimmerman on a team that's built on the foundation of starting rotation, and he's arguably their best pitcher?
Well, look, it's easy for me to say it's not my money.
Yeah.
I say you extend all these guys.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose Ian Desmond.
No.
You're not going to replace him with a shortstop that can hit and field the way he does.
Yeah.
Jordan Zimmerman's an ace on just about any staff in the majors.
Mm-hmm.
You keep those guys there. If you think the team is built to make a run this year, don't make it worse. Don't sacrifice talent because you're worried about 17 or 18. I say you pull out the checkbook and you give these guys extensions.
Sign.
And maybe a guy like Clippard, you can see that you can part ways with him, but I mean, guys like Desmond, that's who you build a team around guys like him, and guys like Zimmerman, and who knows if he even wants to stay here, but you don't just let him walk.
I mean, yeah, if they trade Desmond, I do think they're going to be a situation where they spend years saying, man, we wish we had a shortstop, because hard to find shortstops.
Well, there have also been reports that Jordan Zimmerman and Desmond to the Mariners, right, for Taijuan Walker and Brad Miller. Is there any credibility to that report? Can you see that happening?
I'm sure there's credibility. I mean, that was Ken Rosenthal that reported that, so I'm sure there's something to that. Who knows how clout's a guy or if there are other pieces involved. I mean, I would be surprised if that was the whole trade and the Mariners turned it down, right? I mean, that's a team that they signed Robinson Cano for $200 million last year plus, and they're ready to win now. I don't know why you would turn that deal down. I mean, they're an instant contender with that deal for giving up a lot of talent, but that's but anyway, yeah, that kind of shows where the Nationals are headed. If they're trading those guys, they're getting back a prime pitching prospect, and they're getting back a talented, promising infielder.